Greet you all students of third year. This is paper first, poetry and drama, unit A, the Merchant of Venice, and we have already started and discussed several points, and so it is just in continuation. And in the last turn, we discussed the opening scene, and it strikes the keynote and how the importance of key. See, we are introduced with various important characters and we come to know about the significance of theme, the importance of dialogues, famous magazines, the treasure of wisdom, and of course, the characters. We have prominent characters. So, scene taken place in Venice, and here the Venice, a street. So, students must be curious to know about the place. This is famous city in Italy, and see the Venetian atmosphere we have. So you just peep inside this when Venice, the city of international importance, and it is the center of trade and commerce and center of attraction for wealthy people, affluent strata of society, aristocratic class people, especially for the people, business class people, and also for others, and see in Shakespeare period, it was an independent state, and see the Rialto. See, we have this word Rialto, reference to that later on in this comedy, which is stock exchange of Venice. So we have Venetian atmosphere in this drama, and see that in this scene we are introduced with important characters, and we meet characters like Antonio, Bassanio, and these friends Celerino, Selenio, Greciano, and another point is that the importance of plot, main plot and subplot. So, see, when you study a drama, see, the best way of studying a drama is structure also is very important. As you know, it is divided into 5 acts, and each act is categorized in several scenes. So you must be thorough with text, no doubt, and you must have idea about the story, characters, dialogue, and all that. But when you study a scene, what is important besides story? See, you should have idea about the theme. Now, Shakespeare, with his remarkable dramatic skills, he has highlighted the theme of, say, friendship here, and how these, characters like Antonio, Bassanio, Celerino, Serenio, Greciano, they are concerned with each other. So we have, theme of love, and we have characters, important character. Now first, when we meet this chief character, the significance of title itself is suggestive. The Merchant of Venice, that is Antonio. Antonio, he is a very wealthy merchant of Venice, and the play begins with his sadness. Now, paradox. Earlier also, I just touched this point and I elaborate because it is very important. And sadness, because the realistic touch, in representation of human nature, in human life, it is also combination of happiness and sorrow. So sadness, Antonio, he is in melancholic mood. Now, see, as I have just mentioned the point that the theme of friendship, and these, 3 friends, Celerino and Serenio, there is, discussion on the point. What is the reason of Antonio's sadness? So, some conjecture about the purpose of business and all that. But Antonio, at the time, and Celerino, I mean, his, words very important so far as theme is concerned. And when he points out that we have, I would have stayed till I had made you Yes. So this is the, very, and see, the point when the concern is when we are discussing here. But see, another point that I would like to highlight here, that now this scene, there is, simple way of understanding this scene. There's, in which three parts of this first scene. First, when we have conversation among these three friends, Antonio, Celerino, and Selenio. This is the first part, and they are discussing the reason of Antonio's sadness. And then we have second part, in which entrance of Bassanio, Lorenzo, and Greciano. Now, these are other important characters, and Greciano, he is a clown, fool. And see the dialogue in which Greciano, he points out the reason. He also notices that Antonio is in sad mood and is melancholy. And then again there is discussion about that. And Antonio himself, he refused the idea that he is not, worried because of business and trade, and he's rich merchant. All these, ships, they have been signed to different places. It's not the reason. Now he has pointed out, basic disposition, his, melancholic disposition. And then, yeah, as I told you that, we have dialogues are also very important, and, we have valuable remarks and quotable quotes, that quotable lines in which we have here dialogues, the famous maxims. And Antonio, he points out that I hold the world a stage and every man play his part. So, some dialogues which are very important here. And a stage in which, yes, every man must play a part, and you mine, and mine a sad one. When Greciano's dialogue, even these characters, clown, the role of clown and jester, it's very important. He plays vital role so far as development of plot is concerned, so far as theme is concerned. Greciano, let me play the fool. Now, this is very pious task if you give a smile to anybody's face. So this is the, mirth and laughter. So the life which is made of both. But according to Greciano, the clown, it is necessary in order to make you healthy, wealthy, and prosperous, gay, and hearty. So, see, it is again the theme of friendship and Greciano. All of them, they are deeply concerned with Antonio's sadness. So, we have, see, the element of empathy also. Empathy in which Celerino and Serenio, all these, they want to make Antonio happy. So, see, then we have entrance in the second part of this first scene, in which entrance of Bassanio is very important, because the intimacy between these two friends, and Bassanio, he is the connecting link between main story, that is Bond story, and sub story, casket story. The base of that, and so far as plot construction is concerned, it is very important. And we are introduced with these characters. Bassanio, he is very extravagant and very prodigal. He used to be a rich person, but he was very spendthrift. He spent his money lavishly, and that's why now he is in need of money. So see, the theme of faith is also very important here. Theme in this main plot, and see the characters, and we have this vivid, and in which theme of faith, theme of friendship, theme of love. So he has, full faith in his friend, and that's why, see, the meeting between these two friends, it is very important. When he, Antonio's dialogue, when he is in need of money, and now what is the reason? That is also, the point that must be focused. And see, the Antonio, he is very generous. See, the virtues in Antonio is very noble, and very kind-hearted and very generous, and all the time he's ready to help his friend. And he says, yes, and from your love I have warranty, means he has full faith. Bassanio is of the opinion, he utters that he has full faith in Antonio. And Antonio, when he points out very important dialogue in which he utters that my purse and all my person, this is all lie unlocked here on all occasions. So this is the kind of intimacy between, so far as development of plot is concerned. So first point, mind you, you must have idea about it, that Bassanio, he wishes to borrow money, first point, from Antonio. Now what is the reason? Because he is passionately in love with Portia. Portia, who is Portia? She is one of the most brilliant heroines in the range of all Shakespearean comedies, especially here when we talk about Merchant of Venice. And then we have a depiction of that in much detail. Now see this dialogue in which Bassanio, he focuses the virtues, the qualities, and the character of Portia. At the time now, we are indirectly introduced with heroine, not directly, but we come to know when he points out that she is fair and more fairer than so in this the world. So we have depiction of this, and we come to know that Bassanio, his love for Portia, so his his character, he appears before us as a romantic lover, and at the same time very close friend to Antonio. Now third important point so far as development of plot is concerned, now when he is in need of money, he is in love with Portia, and we come to know about this famous, this is very important dialogue from the point of view of explanation, and at the same time for the answers, for the character portrayal and theme as well. And I did receive fair speechless messages, and her name is Portia. So we now we come to know about the intimacy between Bassanio and Portia. See the kind of attraction, kind of fascination, love between the two. So now the third point that I would like to highlight here, that now when Bassanio, he asked Antonio that he wants to borrow money. Now at that time, another important development, this is the fourth point, students, mind you that Antonio, this is the concluding part, is very important, that Antonio, he points out that at that time he does not have money. Now what is the reason? Because he has invested his money in business, obviously, and all his money, it was invested in different places, and his in his merchantships and in trade and commerce. So he asks Bassanio, and he asks Bassanio just to arrange a money lender, and money lender who in the name of, now the credit is very important when he points out the word in my credit, because his reputation, he's very reputed person and leading personality in Venice, and very respected, reputed person, very wealthy, prosperous businessman, and see the title, the Merchant of Venice. Who is the real Merchant of Venice? So Antonio is the real Merchant of Venice. And when Antonio asked him to arrange a money lender, so this is the concluding part and very important, part that formulate the fabric of bond story. Yes, which is the center part, center staged in entire drama. And the moneylender, and who is moneylender? Yes, the Shylock, when we come to know later on about that. So arranging here moneylender. Why? What is the reason? Because Bassanio, he is in need of money. Now, the point here again, I would like to highlight, and we would continue in the next one also. But just Bond story. Now, what is Bond story? Now, Bassanio's. I see the base of that. Bassanio's love for Portia. Students, mind you, you must note down the important ideas and casket story. See, this is the best way of comprehending this, because see, Shakespeare and Rama, it is very huge, and it is categorized in 5 acts and several scenes. So this will be the simpler way to comprehend, and in better way as well. So here, first, bond story. Now, bond means legal document. Okay, so first point that you can note down, the Bassanio's love for Portia, and this is she is a symbol of say woman of substance, and she is very virtuous lady and very wealthy and prosperous. Then we come to know about his need. This is the base of that Bond story, and he asks Antonio, and at that time he wants to borrow the money, but Antonio, he does not have money. So these are the important points. Yes, you have to write in answers. I mean, this is the say crux of entire romantic comedy, besides other points, because you have to write these points in. You must be thorough with that, because you must be thorough with the text. That is very important point. So the point is that for the businessman, now at that time Antonio, he does not have money, he invested his money. So arrangement of money lender is very important, and then the contact, there's Bassanio, he contact a Jew. Who is that Jew? Shylock, who is the villain of this romantic comedy, moneylender. And and then we have the signing the bond is very important in this scene. Signing and sealing the bond, that in which the main part of that, in which we come to in the name of Antonio. This is the last part, and then we will have other ideas regarding this, and which are related to bond story. Then we have casket story is very important. Now, what is casket story? That obviously we will come to know about that in scene second, and we will discuss in much detail. Okay, and Bassanio, he is the connecting link between the two. Okay, we will continue the point. Thank you.